Hola, bonjour, mambo, hello. It's me, Mrs. B, and welcome to Mrs. B's Phonics Farm, where we learn all the sounds letters can make. Today, we're learning all about the short O sound. We've got a lot of letters at the Phonics Farm, so my friend Fiona Farm Hat gives me a helping hand. But the letters make a lot of noises, and sometimes she gets confused about which letters are making which sounds. Let's see which letters she needs our help with today.
Well, how y'all doing? I'm Fiona Farm Hat. I work here on the Phonics farm taking care of all the letters, and my letters were making a weird noise this morning.
They were saying, all.
Maybe my good friend Mrs. B can help me find the letters that make that sound.
Of course I can. It sounds like your letters are making the short O sound. The short O sound says aw. Can you say that sound? Aw. It's the sound you make when someone's in a lot of trouble and you say aw. That's the short O sound. There are a lot of letters that make that sound, like the letters A and W. Whenever you see the A and W together in a word, they say aw, like in the word saw. The A and the W say aw in saw. The A and the U make the short O sound in words too. When you see these two letters together, they say aw, like in the word aunt. Sometimes the letter A makes a short O sound too. In some words, the A says aw, like in ball. The A in ball says aw. But my favorite letter that makes a short O sound is the letter O. Whenever you see the letter O in words, it says aw. Can you make that sound? Aw. Your mouth is even in the shape of a letter O when you make the short O sound. Aw. Can you feel it? It's in the shape of an O. Some words have the O at the beginning of the word, like in on and off. The O is saying aw in on and off. Lots of words have a short O sound in the middle of the word, like in the words frog, box, and hop. All these words have the O in the middle of the word that says aw. These letters make the short O sound. Whenever you see these letters in words, you can say aw. Can you make the short O sound? Aw. Great job.
Now that we know which letters are making those sounds, how about we read some words that have those sounds in them?
What a great idea, Fiona Farm Hat. I would love to read with you. I'll show you some short O words and then add new letters to make new words, and we can read them together. But in order to read the words, you've got to know how to read. The 4 B's of reading will help you read new words. The first B is to begin with the first sound. Whenever you see a word, you begin reading it by starting with the first sound in the word, like this word here. It has an H at the beginning. The H says huh. So when you start reading it, you're going to start by saying huh. The next B is to break the word into parts. That means you'll say each sound in the word until you've said every sound that's there. Like this word has an H, O, and a G. You'll say each sound that you see there. The H says huh, the O says aw, and the G says g. The next B is to blend the sounds together. That means you'll stretch your voice like you're singing a song. Like this. Hog. First, we said h, aw, g. Then when we blend it together, it's hog. The last B is to be an investigator. Investigators use tools and clues to solve problems. You can do that to help you read. You can use the tools at the bottom of your screen, like the alphabet chart, if you forget what sound a letter makes. You can find the letter on the chart, look at the picture next to the letter, and the picture will tell you the sound the letter makes. Like if you find the letter O, it's next to an octopus. An octopus starts with the sound aw. O says aw. Here's the first word. It's spelled O-G. The O says aw, and the G says g. Whenever we're reading a word, we begin with the first sound. The first sound is aw. Say aw. Now break it into parts and say each sound. Aw, g. You say it. Now blend the sounds together. Og. This word says og. Can you say that? Great job! Let's add a new letter to make a new word. The new letter is the letter L. The letter L says L. Begin with the first sound and say L. Great job! Now break it into parts. L, og. Now stretch your voice and blend it together. Log. This word says log. The new word has two letters, an O and a B. The O says aw and a B says b. Whenever you see a word, you begin with the first sound and say aw. You say it. Great job! Break it into parts and say each sound. Ob. Blend the sounds together. Ob. This word says ob. Let's add a new letter to ob to make a new word. The new letter is the letter J. J says j. Say j. Break it into parts and say each part of the word. J, ob. Stretch your voice and blend it together. Job. This word says job. Great job! Let's get a new word. This word has an O and an X. The O makes a short O sound. It says aw. Say aw. The X says x. Say x. Excellent job! Whenever we see a word, we begin with the first sound and say aw. Now break it into parts and say both sounds you see. Ox. Blend them together. Ox. This word says ox. Let's add a new letter to make a new word with ox. The new letter is the letter B, and B says b. Whenever you see a word, begin with the first sound and say b. Say each part. B, ox. Blend it together. Box. This word says box. Let's get a new word. This word has an O, a C, and a K. The O makes the short O sound and says aw. Say aw. The C and the K make one sound together. They say k. Say k. Great job! Break the word into parts and say each sound you see. Ak. K. Now blend them together. Ak. This word says ak. Let's add a letter to make a new word with ak. We added an R to the word ak. The R says r. Say r. Now break the word into parts. R, ak. Blend it together. Rock. This word says rock. Let's get a new word. A and W make the short O sound. When you see an A and a W together, they say all. Can you say that sound? Great job! Let's add a new letter to make a word with all. The new letter is S. S says S. Can you say that? Great job! Now break the word into parts. S, all. Blend it together. Saw. This word says saw. The A and the W say aw in saw. AU makes the short O sound too. These letters say aw. Can you say that sound? Great job! Let's add new letters to make a new word with aw. This word has AU in T. The A and the U say aw. The N says N. And the T says T. We're going to start with the first sound, the A and the U, and say aw. You say it. Great job! Now break it into parts and say each sound in the word. Aw, N, T. Blend the sounds together. Aunt. Aunt. This word says aunt. Let's get a new word. This A makes the short O sound. It says aw. Can you say that? Let's add some letters to make a new word with aw. We added 2 L's. Whenever you see 2 L's in a word, they make one sound. They say L. Now say each sound in the word. All. Blend it together. All. This word says all. Let's add a new letter to make a new word with all. The new letter is the letter B. It says B. Let's start by saying B. Now break it into parts and say each part in the word. B, all. Blend it together. Ball. This word says ball. You did a fantastic job reading with me today. I heard you breaking the words into parts and blending the sounds together. Great job.
Reading can be hard work. You did a wonderful job reading those words. You know what I think? I think you deserve a story.
I think you're right, Fiona Farm Hat. You do deserve a story. I've got a story just for you, filled with the short O words that we just read together. I put them in blue so you can find them easily. This story is called A Frog's Job. It's about Rob the Frog and all the things he hops on his way to work. I wonder what kind of job a frog would have. What do you think? Well, let's see what he sees on his way to his important job. Rob the Frog has to hop to his job. Wow, look at this pond. This pond is dirty. There's a lot of things in this pond that he has to hop on to his job. And look, his job is all the way over there. Wait, what's that on top of his job? Oh, it's a recycling bin. He must work at an agency for recycling. No wonder his job is important. He has to help clean up this dirty pond. Wow, there's a lot to see here. I wonder, do you see any short O words? Like rob, frog, hop, and job? Can you find one of them? Excellent! What short O words did you find? Yeah, I see those words too. Rob the Frog hops on the log to get to his job. Do you see the log in the picture? Can you find the word log? Excellent! It's right there. L-O-G. The O in log says all. Can you find any other short O words like rob, frog, on, and job? Great reading! Let's see what else he hops on. Rob the Frog hops on the ball to get to his job. Can you find the word ball? Great! You remembered that the A in ball sounds like a short O. It says all. Do you see it? Ball. But Should a ball be in a pond? No, this pond is filthy. What else is he going to hop on to get to his job? Rob the frog hops on the rock to get to his job. Can you find the word rock? You found it. You heard the R-O-C and the K, and you found the word rock. The rock does belong in a pond, but the ball and all those other things, no sir. They've got to clean this pond up. Rob the frog hops on the box to get to his job. There's even a box in this pond. Can you find the word box? Listen to the sounds. B-ox. Box. Can you find it? Great job. It's spelled B-O-X. You found it. But does a box belong in a pond? No, it doesn't. What else is he going to hop on in this dirty pond? Rob the frog hops on the saw to get to his job. Can you find the word saw? Excellent job. Saw is spelled S-A-W. The A and the W say aw. They make the short O sound. I hope that when he gets into his job that they clean this pond. It has far too many things in it that do not belong. What things do you remember seeing in the pond? That's right. He had to hop on that ball, a box, a rock, and the saw. You're right, I forgot. The log too. I hope that you keep your ponds much cleaner than this one here. Today we learned all about the short O sound that says all and all the letters that make that sound. Like the letter O as in frog and log. Hey, those words rhyme. They both have og at the end. And the letters A and W, like saw and hawk. They both have A and W that says all. And like the letters A and U, they say all, like in aunt and haunt. They rhyme too. And the letter A sometimes makes the short O sound and says all, like in ball.
Thank you so much for helping me today. Now I know just which letters are making those sounds. Y'all come back and see me and keep on reading. Bye-bye now.
For more shows that will teach you how to read, subscribe to Mrs. B's Reading Room's channel. And remember to give this video a thumbs up if you liked reading with me today. You can leave a comment on our Instagram at Mrs. B's Reading Room. And if you want books and your very own reading tutor, visit www.mrsbsreadingroom.com. And remember to watch our new show, Where in the World Are the Words?, where my best friend, Miss W, searches for words all around the world. Come back and visit us at Mrs. B's Phonics Farm, where we learn all the sounds letters can make. I can't wait to read with you. Bye!